Good morning, students. So, my dear students of class 5, are you enjoying your online classes? Yes? Okay, students, very good. So, for few days, we will study like this through our online classes. So, now, students, here I am, your science teacher, and today we will start our new chapter, that is chapter number 2, Animal Life Styles. Yes, students, this is chapter number 2 from your science books. So let's talk about the introduction of this chapter. The first term, that is animal. Animals are the organisms, or you can say animals are the living organisms that derive its food from autotrophs, or you can say from plants or some other animal's body, and they are heterotrophs. They cannot prepare their own food. And lifestyles means the way of living lives. In the lifestyles, there are 3 topics in this chapter that we will later on study. Now let me talk to you. Let me tell you about the animals. As you know that animals are present all around us. There are too many types of animals like dog, cat, birds, insects. These are living just around us. Some animals lives on the land, some animal lives in the water, and some lives in air. So animals live everywhere around us. And there are too many types of animals like microbes. Microbes are the tiniest little organisms that we cannot watch or we cannot look through our naked eyes. To look at them, we must need microscopes. And then the insects, birds, reptiles, fishes, amphibians, mammals, they all are the types of different types of animals. And animals are different from each other in various ways, like in size, in shape, structure, their pattern of growth, their way of protecting themselves from their enemies or from the weather or climate. And their feeding habits are different, their reproductive habits are different, their growth patterns are different. So animals are differ from each other in many ways. So in this chapter we will learn about 3 basic difference among the animals. The first one is breathing, second one is feeding, and third one is movement. So let's move forward, students, with our very first topic of this chapter, that is breathing in animals. Yes, the breathing means taking in of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide. This process, and in between these two processes there are various types of activities goes on in our body, and this is called breathing, or you can say respiration. In the breathing process, the oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide gas is taken out through the animal's body. And for that, it is very important for us to produce energy. There are mainly 2 things responsible for our energy making process. The first one is oxygen and second one is our food. They both the things get involved with each other, do some chemical reaction, perform some chemical reaction within our body, and in results of these reactions the energy is produced, and that energy is utilized in our daily life, like in various activities like playing, eating, running, walking, watching television, writing, studying. For all these purposes we need energy. So there are too many types of animals present around us. Some lives in water. So as the animals living on the land need oxygen, and we gives out carbon dioxide. Same as it is, the water animals also need oxygen and they gives out carbon dioxide. So, can you guess that from where these water animals get oxygen? No? Okay, now let me tell you. First of all, the water animals are called aquatic animals. And the water plants, they are called aquatic plants. So students, now onwards, we will pronunciate this term as a aquatic animals, aquatic plants, instead of saying water animal and water plants. In the science or in a new term, we can say it aquatic animals. Aquatic animals gets oxygen from the aquatic plants who are living in the surrounding water. So aquatic plants gives oxygen to aquatic animals and aquatic animals gives carbon dioxide to aquatic plants, and this cycle goes on and on. So that's why their survival is possible in the water. Now let's take with our very first example, that is cockroach. So students, the breathing organs in each and every types of organism is differ from another one. Like the breathing organs of insects are different from human beings, and the human beings' breathing organs are different from frog, and frogs' breathing organs are different from fishes. So each and every type of organism in the earth, on the earth, have its own special type of breathing organs. So now let's discuss some examples, and our first example is cockroach. You must have seen it around your surroundings. So first example is cockroach. So but students, cockroach is an insect, and like cockroach there are too many insects also present there. So insects body have a special kind of breathing organ that is called trachea. Let me give you a closer look. Now you can see from this the trachea or the spiracles. The spiracles are the tiny holes present on the both sides of its body. Spiracles are small holes like structure, and through these spiracles the oxygen enters into its body, and then spiracles are connected to the small tube like structure. These tubes are called tracheal trunk or tracheas. Through these trachea, the oxygen goes all around its body. So main breathing organ in insects are spiracles and trachea, and through this oxygen enters into its body. It moves on all over throughout its body, and the waste carbon dioxide gas that is taken out of the body through these tracheas or spiracles again. So in insects, the breathing organ is spiracle or trachea. Now students, let me ask you a question. Have you ever killed a cockroach? I think your answer is yes now. Now, if you have ever seen a dead cockroach, is there a red colored blood present around it or in its body? Have you ever seen that red colored blood just like we are having in the cockroach or in other any insect's body, like in mosquito or housefly or honeybee or you can say butterfly? No. Because of the absence of hemoglobin in their blood. Yes, hemoglobin is a pigment that is responsible for giving red color to the blood, and it also helps to carry oxygen in the body. But in the insects, instead of hemoglobin, there is hemocyanin. Hemocyanin is not red in color, but it helps the insects to carry oxygen throughout its body. That's why, because of the absence of hemoglobin, the insect's blood is not red in color. Now students, let's move forward to our next example, that is fish. And fish is a aquatic animal. Yes, we will say it, aquatic animal. Now let's take a closer look, students. Fish and other aquatic animals like prawn, crab, tadpoles, they have a special breathing organ that is called gills. Yes, gills are the special breathing organs in fishes, or you can say in the aquatic animals. This gill is made up of too many filaments. There is not only a single gill is there. That gill is made up of too many filaments, and this gill helps the aquatic animals to breathe easily inside the water, and it is present just below its head. हेड के बिल्कुल नीचे और इसके दोनों तरफ, एक इस साइड और एक दूसरी साइड, बॉडी के दोनों तरफ इनके गिल्स होते हैं. एंड दे आर कवर्ड बाय ओपर्कुलम. द ओपर्कुलम आर द कवरिंग ऑफ द गिल्स. Water enters through its body. Along with water, oxygen also goes inside its body, and the oxygen moves inside the body, and the excess water along with carbon dioxide comes out through these gills. Now in the body of blood, there is red, that is red in color because of the presence of hemoglobin. So now students, we have discussed about the gills breathing organ. Now let's move forward to our next example, that is frog. Yes, frog is a very unique organism because it has an ability that it can survive on land as well as in the water. So for both places, it have different types of breathing organs. Whenever the frog is on the land, it have two breathing organs, that is lungs and its moist skin. Lungs and moist skin. Lungs helps the frog to breathe when it is on land, and moist skin helps it to breathe when it is in water, underwater. So frog have two types of breathing organ. The first one is lungs, as we have, the human beings have lungs, same the frog is also having lungs, but for water it have moist skin, and because of this moist skin it can breathe under the water. Now let's take a look to our next organism, that is, yes, you, me, all of us, that is human beings, students. Human beings and birds, reptiles, amphibians, we all breathe through our lungs, and there are two lungs present inside our chest cavity. Okay, and these lungs are just situated on the both side of our heart. Here is present just at the middle of our chest, and lungs are present, one in left side and another one is on right side. So let's take a look of this breathing process with the help of this diagram. We used to breathe with our nose, then the air travels down through our nose, then to air pipe, or it is a windpipe, and the another name of windpipe is trachea. Then trachea, when it enters in our chest cavity, it divides into two parts that are called bronchus here. and then these bronchus further divides into too many branches. These are called bronchi. Yes, these are called bronchi. And ultimately at the last, these bronchi gets connected to our blood capillaries or blood supplies, and through these blood capillaries the inhaled oxygen gas, the gas that have inhaled, get mixed to our blood, and the gas that is coming from all the parts of our body, that is कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड यहाँ से रिवर्स आके वापस निकल जाती है और ऑक्सीजन गैस उसकी जगह पे बॉडी के सारे पार्ट्स में पहुंच जाती है. दिस इज सो द लंग्स आर द मेन ब्रीदिंग ऑर्गन्स ऑफ आवर body, students. So first was the cockroach. In the cockroach, the breathing organs were trachea and spiracles. Second example was fish, and the fish breathing organ was gills. Third one was frog, and the frog's breathing organs were moist skin and lungs. And the last example we have took, that was the human beings, and its breathing organs are its lungs. So now students, this topic is completed. Now let's move forward to our next topic, that is feeding habits in animals. Yes, the animals have different types of feeding habits. Let me give you a closer look. On the basis of feeding habits, the animals are divided into three categories: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Let's take a look to herbivores first. These are the herbivores animals like cow, buffalo, horse, deer, gorilla, giant panda, elephant. They are the herbivores animals, and they have sharp teeth, or you can say a sharp biting teeth for the chewing, because all the time they have to chew lots of grasses, lots of plants. So these are the examples of herbivores animals. Now let's take a look to the carnivores animals like lion, cat, tiger, polar bear, shark, crocodiles. They all are the carnivores. So carnivores are the meat eating animals. They feed on the meat of other organisms. So they have sharp, pointed and curved front teeth, so that they can easily tear off other organisms' flesh. And also they have very strong grinding teeth, so that they can easily chew the even bones of other organisms. Some rodents like rat, cat, squirrel, they have a special feature in their teeth, that is their teeth grows throughout their life. मतलब पूरी लाइफ लॉन्ग उनके टीथ जो हैं वो बढ़ते रहते हैं. That's why they will have to chew, they will have to bite the things every time. Now next one is the examples of omnivores. Omnivores are the animals that eat plants as well as flesh of the other organism, like human being, monkey, dog, cat. These are the omnivorous animals. So here I gave you a closer look of all the type of organism. The first one was herbivores. They are the organism that feed on the only plants and plants part. Second one was carnivores. They feed on meat or flesh of other organism. And the third one was omnivorous. They feed on plants as well as on the flesh of other organism. Let's take a look of some next examples. Yes, the beautiful birds that are present around us. Birds have long beak, as you can see in this picture. They have long beaks so that they can catch their prey easily with the help of these beaks, as well as they have very strong claws, and these claws are very strong so that they can catch their prey easily, or they can capture it very easily with the help of these sharp and strong claws. claws मतलब जो उनके पैर होते हैं, तेज जो नाखून होते हैं ना बच्चों, उनको बोलते हैं claws. So birds have these two special features. Next again, it's a cockroach. Cockroach, student, it have a very special type of biting, chewing mouth parts. It has different types of mouth part, and with the help of these mouth part, it can intake its foods very easily. Now let's take a look to our other example, that is housefly. You know, the mouth part of a housefly or a butterfly is a long tube-like structure. It is called proboscis. Yes, write down the name. It is proboscis. Proboscis is a tube-like structure that is a mouth part of housefly, and it helps the insect to get its food. Next example, that is frog. Yes, frog have a very sticky tongue, and this tongue is inverted in structure, means it is attached at the front and free at the another end. So whenever an insect or a worm or a beetle or a fly is roaming around the frog, it used to take out its sticky tongue, and then that insect get traps into its sticky tongue, and then easily the frog intakes its food with the help of this tongue. So students, that's it for today. So today we have discussed the breathing habits of the human, of different animals. Then we have discussed what are the different special organs present in different animals. Then we have discussed the breathing habits in animals, the feeding habits in animals. So now students, take out your notebook and write down all these examples along with the names of feeding organ and breathing organ, and learn them by heart. So that's it for today. Thank you. Be at your home and be safe, students. Bye bye.